The phone wasn't meant for me. It lay on the counter between us, face down, vibrating softly against granite. We were supposed to be eating dinner. Steam rose from plates I didn't taste. She had stepped into the hallway, laughing too quietly, the way people do when they're sharing something they shouldn't. I didn't move, didn't breathe. Her voice drifted back anyway. "Don't worry," she said. "He doesn't need to know. He's just convenient." A pause, then a softer laugh. "He pays. He provides. He's stable. That's enough." There are moments when the world narrows to a single sound. That was mine. I stood there, knife still in my hand, watching her reflection in the dark window. My face looked calm, almost bored. Inside, something ancient and precise woke up. Not pain, not rage, calculation. She ended the call and turned, smiling like nothing had cracked, like I wasn't already gone. "Sorry," she said, "wrong number." I nodded, because confronting her then would have been emotional, and emotions are sloppy. That night I replayed the words until they lost all warmth. Convenient, not loved, not chosen, useful. I watched her sleep beside me, breath slow, untroubled. Her hand rested on my chest like a claim. I stayed very still, afraid movement might wake the truth fully. I told myself it was exaggeration. Mothers and daughters speak carelessly. People vent. But doubt is a parasite. It eats quietly. I began noticing the gaps. The late returns masked as meetings. The canceled weekends. The way she guarded her phone like a second pulse. When I asked where she'd been, her answers arrived too quickly, polished smooth. She'd rehearsed. I remembered birthdays forgotten until I reminded her. Intimacy offered like duty. Praise replaced with expectation. Every affection felt transactional in hindsight. I wasn't a husband, I was infrastructure. And infrastructure is invisible until it's removed. I didn't accuse her, didn't beg for reassurance. I smiled. I listened. That's how people reveal everything. They always think silence is ignorant. I became meticulous. Phone records confirmed patterns. One number appearing just before her work trips. Property records showed something interesting. Her mother's name tied to accounts I funded. I hadn't noticed because I trusted. Trust is expensive. I met with lawyers under the guise of estate planning. Accountants, quietly. A real estate broker, carefully. The house, our house, was only in my name, a detail she'd never questioned. She liked outcomes, not structures. At home, I was perfect. I paid bills. I kissed her cheek. I laughed at stories I no longer believed. Inside, the pressure built, slow and volcanic. But I released it through precision, not explosions. She left for Europe with her mother 2 weeks later. Sunlit photos arrived daily. Smiles, wine, freedom, funded by my convenience. While they were gone, I sold the house. $980,000. Transferred everything. Closed accounts. Disconnected utilities. I walked through each empty room once, listening to the echo. No anger, just confirmation. Then I left a single envelope on the kitchen counter. They returned on a Sunday afternoon. I wasn't there to see it, but I imagined it perfectly. The key sliding in. The resistance. The confusion. Locks don't care about memories. My phone rang once. I didn't answer. Then a message arrived. Voicemail, shrill and cracked. What did you do? Later, her mother's number. Panic now, brittle with entitlement. I let it ring. I already knew what the note would do. It was simple, handwritten. Surprise. A burden did this. When I finally met my wife, public place, neutral ground, she didn't sit. She hovered, eyes wide, furious and terrified. "You can't do this," she said. "I can," I replied. That was it. No report, no accusation. She cried. Not for us, for loss, status, certainty. I was just talking," she said. "You misunderstood." I met her eyes for the first time in weeks. "No," I said. "You were honest." The silence after that was surgical. I told her nothing more. No explanations, no defense. The lack of information crushed her harder than accusation ever could. She needed me to be emotional, to ground her reality. I wasn't. I stood, placed the signed divorce papers beside her untouched coffee, and walked away while she was still searching my face for the man who used to negotiate. That man was gone. Convenience doesn't get closure. People think revenge is loud. It isn't. It's subtraction. Weeks later, I lived somewhere smaller, quieter, mine. I slept deeply for the first time in years. The rage had burned itself into clarity, leaving no residue. I didn't miss her. I missed who I thought she was. That illusion died quickly once exposed to air. She still calls sometimes, leaves messages filled with regret shaped like panic. She says she's sorry. She says she didn't mean it. But meaning is irrelevant. Truth is structural. I wasn't convenient. I was temporary. To her. So I made myself permanent. To myself. And I never answered.